Feel the love bursting inside of you. See, you feel this. It's not a thought. It's beyond a thought. Cold, calm, relaxed. The best thing is to feel this. The best thing for you to feel and for you to do is feel the life that you are. Right now. Because you are life. You are a part of God. And you don't have to go nowhere. You don't have to do anything. You can feel this right now. My personal stalker. Yeah, I got a lot of those. Nice to see you. Hello, Sue, and everybody else in here. The best thing we can do is feel our insides. It's the best thing to feel. And it doesn't matter what we do. We can always feel this. It's actually, we feel connected. This is all there is. When our mind shuts up, we become all that is. Through the silence, people become jealous. They hate. Nonsensical jokes. It's just in their mind. Need something to tickle their mind. Need some entertainment. We're beyond the mind. Most people don't like their lives. That's why they hate. They're jealous. Miserable lives. When we slow down, then we can see who we really are. Instead of running around all day. That's all your mind is doing, is running. When we slow down, we see what we really are. We feel the love. We feel the life. Because this life inside of you, it's not in the mind. It's everywhere. It can only be felt. So the life inside of you, it's not in the mind. It's everywhere. And every single human being and everything around you. It can only be felt. Hello, Kassan Lee. Hello to everybody in here. We're talking about what most people aren't talking about. Freedom. Why we came here. And to feel this life inside of us. And to go away from the thinking mind. Because the best experience is actually you. You are the experience. You are the center point of the universe. For the universe to happen, for everything around you to happen, you have to be the center point. You have to be there. Else it wouldn't exist. You are the center of the universe. If you weren't aware and seeing it through your body right now, then how would it exist? How would you know? Would you say there's a distance between you and a tree? That's just a question for the mind. When the mind stops, there would be no distance. In fact, when the mind stops, time stops. So when the mind stops, time stops. Now we can measure with the mind, oh, that tree is 3 feet away. And we've made measurements and we use the mind. And that is true with the mind. It is true with the mind. But if we actually stop the mind, then how far is the tree? It's just there. It's okay to be philosophical. That's okay. But we wouldn't have nothing to say with how far the tree really is when we're have no mind. You love hugging trees? Yeah, I mean, I hug trees when I can too. Hello, Olivia. If anyone has any questions, really, our mind likes to compare stuff. That's the only relativity that we have. We compare it to something in the past. We're just comparing all the time. But what happens when we stop comparing? Shout out to Colorado. Thank you, John. The best thing to feel is not outside of you. You are the center point of existence. You are existence. The greatest thing to feel is inside of you. You can feel unity with a tree. Yeah. When we fall into silence, listen to nature around us, the bugs, even noises, then we really get to taste this. This awareness is everywhere. We tap into it. We become it. It's when we silence the mind. If you are the center of the universe, isn't that duality? Could you explain what you're asking? Or what you mean by that? Yeah. Yeah. We need to feel all is one. You become one with everything when you stop thinking. Have you felt this before? What's up, boss? Everyone's trying to feel this. Everyone is trying to feel this. Whether they're going to work, getting in the work flow, whether you're painting, drinking alcohol. Whew. Even an evil person wants to feel this. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Well, if you are the center, there's a nowhere known, right? I'm using that as a reference point because people need the reference point. So you just happen to be in this bodily vessel, and this is where everything originates. But it's also outside of you. So you can focus on the awareness around you, but that's usually too hard for someone to understand. To the mind, that's kind of like, oh, what is he talking about? So we just say, oh, focus on the inside of you. And once you feel it, once you become aware, then all this division stops. All this separation. Yeah. In fact, the only separation is in the mind. Yeah. So we actually feel the outside, and simultaneously we feel the inside. You actually lose feeling of the body. you could say you forget about the body. Boundaries disappear. Your thoughts disappear. The only time something is relative to you is because you have a thought about it. Once That's the only time it's relative to you. And once the thought changes, oh, well, now this thought is a big deal. Once the thoughts disappear, the thought disappears, you kind of just open up. You lift the lid off the tank. So your consciousness is and your life force is stuck inside of you. It's like it's held down by your thought. But if all your thoughts go away, then your consciousness explodes through and becomes one with the universe. Yeah. Despite evil people, I cannot feel unity with them. Well, anybody that's coming from the mind, you're going to feel repelled from. But you actually have to feel this. They're not coming from the heart. They're not coming from the life force inside of you. Okay? So even though underneath evil people, they still have the life force that we all are. And once you feel this life force, all the separation ends. You had the oneness experience in time I was doing mindfulness meditation. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, if you see your thoughts right now, you are already aware. If you're here, you're past like 75% of people. So actually being aware of your thoughts, that is the next step. Because you are actually aware. And you can still feel this bliss inside of you. This awareness that evades everywhere. Now, the next step after that, and what awareness really is, which is God, It's actually a non-thinking awareness. A non-thinking entity. Someone advised me to work with shadow. Well, yeah, I mean, working with your shadow is kind of like it's yeah, it's no significance. Yeah. It's what they're trying to say is work with your evil habits or anything that brings you down. They are saying change that to a positive. Yeah. It, working with your shadow self, the dark night of the soul kind of. It's just fancy words. Yeah. You got to understand a lot of people on the internet and in life, real life, they're just trying to say fancy words to draw you in. What is the shadow self? You are everything. Hello, Tommy Thunder. I love to see all you guys in here. And what does M, L, and R stand for? I'm recovering from a chronic disease myself. We're all here to help each other. Yeah. So let's help each other. The ones who ask for it. We don't have to go out of our way for someone who doesn't really want it. If someone doesn't want to hear what you have to say, well, just know your time is ticking. There's people out there that want to hear what you have to say. I'm so I'm so blessed to have all you guys in here. Through me, we can channel consciousness. So you can actually go to the thoughtless state by thinking about me. I don't really talk about it a lot. Well, it's from my family experience, evil mum. And that's okay. You don't have to be best friends with everybody. You know, that's not going to happen. You know, you're not going to have a deep, not everybody is awakened on your level. So it's just their ego playing despite. It's not who they truly are. We are all this life force inside of us. Yeah. Only an enlightened master is even going to try to, you know, do something with an evil mother. And even then it could be relatively pointless. Simply, not everybody's ready to wake up. You can still give kindness. Yeah. But there's actually people who want your help. Those are the people you should seek out. I'd say you even don't have a mind because the mind exists. Yeah, that's. No, I mean, I like the philosophical questions. Lee, Kassan, Kassan Lee. I don't know if that's how you say it. And I actually took philosophy in college. And that was the closest thing to spirituality that I've ever had. Yeah. But you're right. You don't have a mind. There is really no mind. We become obsessed with the mind, but it's only because it draws our attention and we use it. We think. But actually, when you stop thinking, you become the light. You become this awareness around you. So in ancient pictures, some people will have a light above their head. Well, that's because they rose above thinking and they feel the field, the awareness. Yeah. They become one with it. No, I love the philosophical questions. Yeah. In fact, philosophical basically is spirituality on the surface. Because it's when you begin to question things, why am I here? Oh, well, you never had this question before. I appreciate you, Tommy Thunder. And Tommy Thunder is a good man. So if you guys want to love and support his channel, he's uplifting and has a lot of motivation on his channel. So God bless him. And I hope you all heal. God bless you all. What do you mean by thinking about you? You can go into the thoughtless state. Yes, I'm in the thoughtless state 90 to 99% of the time. You got to understand, even when I do have a thought, it it dissipates. It doesn't have no hold on me. So when your thoughts are still holding on to you, so they cause you a problem or suffering, then that's when it hurts you and affects you. Now, since I don't have thoughts on my head, I can still communicate language. So can any enlightened master, Eckhart Tolle. Just because I'm speaking, it doesn't mean I'm thinking about it. Though it may seem like I'm thinking, but you can actually feel that there's something there. And so just because I speak, I'm not necessarily thinking about what I'm going to say. So to your question, when you think about me, or it could be any enlightened master, you are actually channeling into the thoughtless state. Yeah. We're talking about life, Denny Blazer, and how to feel the best thing in life. Because you wouldn't know the universe existed or become what it is without you being here. So you are the center of existence. And we can feel this right now. All the illusion and separation, it's because you have a thought about it. What's up, boss? That's a nice leash. Almost looks like a watering hose. Enjoy your day. So we have the life force inside of us, and when we stop thinking, it actually goes through us because our thoughts weigh down our energy and they restrict our life force. You studied cultural sciences. Yeah, well, that will be interesting to talk about some of that. Camellia. Yeah. You can talk about it here. We're here to talk about it. Yeah. And even becoming aware of what we're thinking. This is very good because then we are actually noticing what we're thinking. When you don't notice what you're thinking, you automatically go into thinking in how you react. So if somebody says something nasty to you or gives you a weird look, you automatically, you just get very vicious. But if you take a step back, take your time, you're not voluntarily or you're not involuntarily reacting. So instead of just reacting, it's like, oh, I can choose how I want to react. And once you really slow down, nothing bothers you. Yeah. It's only when someone's has a frantic mind, then it really bothers you. Yeah, we're all in this together. Exactly. If we weren't here to be with other people in the world, it would only be us in the world. Like, we would be just us on an island. Just you. But then there's other five-finger beings. Yeah. Yeah, when you're doing your favorite thing, that's a great point. Kashawn Lee. When you do what you love to do, which most people don't do this, because it's actually what you want to do. It frees you from the samsaras. It frees you from your mind. Because we always have a feeling, because this is what we are, it's God communicating with us. Or you can say reality communicating. It happens, it's automatically in touch. So you can feel this right now. And it's always telling you your next move or what you should be doing. So doing what you love, we always have this feeling that's going outwards or pulling us. That's what we should go do. You're exactly right, Kashawn Lee. I got a master's degree in cultural sciences. That's very interesting. Yeah. In anything we do, especially studying the past, it's coming back to this oneness. We're always trying to get in this thoughtless state. The reason why we have kids. The reason why we drink. But we can always become aware right now. Yeah. I appreciate you too, Tommy. We're going to be in here for a little bit more. I might go live later on tonight. So about 12 hours. I love all you guys. I'm actually, some of my shorts, my YouTube short videos, I'm clipping them from the live because you can actually just do that. And I'm seeing how they work out. Yeah. The thing is even before I, earlier in my life, I always did what I wanted to do. So before I even learned about spirituality, and even while I was learning about enlightenment, I was chronically sick. And like I still didn't understand what they were saying. But this already happened to me my whole entire life. Why? One, because I always did what I wanted to do throughout my life. There were a couple times I didn't. But most people, even when they're younger, such as a teenager, they don't do what they want to do. I always did. So, back to doing what you love, my whole life, I actually didn't have that many thoughts on my head. I was probably enlightened in my last life. But I just didn't have that many thoughts on my head. But I didn't know about it. Like, you know, now I actually even know about it. So, yeah. And I always did what I wanted to do. Yeah. I appreciate you too, Tommy Thunder. Yeah. I was basically always happy like most of my life. Yeah. Usually when someone gets enlightenment, they're very angry or emotional. I got over that stuff when I was like 19 and 20. So I got rid of that stuff just by feeling. I felt anger. And I felt it times before that. But then it's like, oh, I don't have to feel this. Yeah. Actually, when you choose to feel something or whatever you feel, you are actually choosing it. It happens so fast you just don't even realize. Yeah. Well, I am so emotional that I cannot stay without reaction. Yeah. Well, again, it's just about slowing down. You're already becoming aware. And then you're seeing how you've reacted before, and you're aware of how you're reacting now. So be happy. Being happy is the only choice. You can be angry, you can pick to be sad, but why would you pick that? Really, the answer is happiness. Yeah, but I get what you're saying, Kama, Camellia. You watch how you're gonna react. Don't react at all. People want an emotional reaction out of you. That's what they thrive off of. And then once you do that, you feel nasty. You feel like you gave your energy away. This whole era that we are living in right now on Earth, it's an emotional one. And they're trying to basically extract your emotions. Yeah. I mean, the commercials, even people online. God bless you all. We'll answer a couple more questions. and I might be on later tonight. Yeah. Yeah, that's all. That's all we can do is become a witness of our thoughts. That is the real change in myself. And thank you all for being here. Would you say there's a personal enlightenment or just enlightenment? Hmm. That's a great question. It's basically you would go into enlightenment because that's all there is. Whereas the baby bunny. I tried getting the animal, but yes, it will be it's kind of both. Most answers are kind of both. It just depends on how the person explains it. But you have a sense of I, a sense of you, only because your thought structure. And so the life inside of you, it is a thoughtless entity. That life you are is actually living. And they call this God. And once you stop thinking about whatever, the life in you, you feel this, you become it, and it merges with the life outside of you. Yeah. Hey from Bulgaria. So tree yesterday for internet. You cut down a tree. I feel bad when people. One of my neighbors just cut down a whole tree. They always cut down trees. And I question, why do you have to do that? Yeah. I always feel bad about it. Yeah. It's. Yeah. Sorry about that. So, we are already enlightened, to answer your question. But it's our thoughts that keep us weighing down. And once we become the life force that's inside of us, and it's it's a feeling, then we merge with the life that's outside of us. So what God really is, he is an awareness that's everywhere. A non-thinking entity. So we have to be a non-thinking to match his state. There's actually a tree right here. Go. Never sow seeds of a feeling parasite. With his spitting top wife. God lets everything. This is what people want to understand. He lets everything happen for two reasons. One, he wants you to come back to him. It's like a loving mother or father. They want you to come back to them, but you have to go whatever struggle or obstacle in your life. You have to have faith and go find the source. That is free will. Two, why all this goes on in the world is because the real space with God, this isn't the real world. Yeah. It just seems like it. Yeah. So taking back his lamp, he doesn't really care about all this. All the money, all the cars. He just wants you to come home. Yeah. Yeah, love is feeling. Yeah. AI told me it was partially suffering from fungi. Yeah. I mean, the best thing you can do solving your problem, which anybody can do this, plant a tree. Plant multiple trees. Not only will you get some feeling from that, Mother Earth actually will thank you. Yeah. I see people cut down trees all the time. And it's like they cut a part of me. But I never see anyone plant trees. In fact, I'm right next to a tree, ironically. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, I mean, Kashawn Lee, we'll answer a couple more and then we'll go. A lot of enlightened masters, especially ones from India in particularly, they they want to like distance themselves from people, and again, you can say anything both ways. So a, a lot of these Indian masters, they like to like beat around the bush. So there is no personal enlightenment. That is true. But there also is, in some sense, personal enlightenment. But it's just a thoughtless state. The whole world and universe runs on this thoughtless state. When you are in, when you sleep, you go into this. And it's always there. Your ego is just something you made up. Yeah. So and a lot of trees do grow after you cut them down, even just branches. They grow into new ones. Yeah. That's why before we really do activity, we have to feel it. If we do feel it, then that's what we should be doing. If it doesn't resonate, then we go away from that. Yeah. Hello, Matt the Visionary. Yeah. And I get what you're saying about the fungi, the fungi. Yeah. He who claims liberation as his own. Yeah. Yeah, as your own, as in, oh, only I have this. You're just becoming one with the enlightened. Yeah. God is forever patient for you to come back to it. Yeah. So enlightenment can appear to happen to an individual, but for him to claim it's only his, yeah. Obviously, that's not true. It's a loosening of the mind. Because what reality really is, what God really is, it's a stress-free state. The most relaxing, loving state. And if you can abide in that, that's all there ever is. Most people carry around some stress on them, mostly everybody. So when you go to sleep, or when you die, what it really is, you're going into a stress-free state. That you couldn't obtain when you were awake, alive. Yeah. But you can attain it now. Matt, he's talking in another way. Kassan, he's meaning the same thing though. So, yeah. Stress is actually, ironically, what keeps us alive. It's why we come here on this earth, to undo our stress. Yeah. And then when you become stress-free, you feel absolutely amazing. You feel. We're not thinking about anything. No, we were talking from we had some philosophical questions in here, and I love the philosophy. Uh, in fact, we had some of the best questions in here today. Yeah. The thing that we can do today is actually just become aware of what we're thinking, so we don't react automatically. We can step back and then not react at all. Be indifferent about whatever happens. Who cares what you think? But instead of reacting to what you think initially, oh, I hate you. Someone said something to you, stepped on your shoe. You kind of just automatically react. But when we become aware of what's going on in our head, then it will dissipate. And we can choose how we want to react. Yeah. Mm. That's a good way of putting it, Wade. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. No, trees are magical. Yeah. I felt it too. Yeah. I felt it the whole time. Maybe maybe I'll do a couple lives where I'm sitting by the tree and we had the synchronicities of solving your problem. We were talking about trees. You were talking about trees in the beginning. Yeah. And back in ancient history, they used to give talks like I'm doing, basically at a tree. So Buddha would give talks at a tree. Yeah. Yeah, that is true, Kashawn. So I might be on here later tonight. You can always feel free to email me. I appreciate all you guys. Yeah, the God coming tree in the Bible. Yeah, the trees. Yeah, you just got to think like the big Delhi in India, all the cities in the US, these places used to be full of forest. Now we just slap the big thing of pavement on them. So anybody who says they don't want to kill nature and animals, I don't care who it is. Not that you should, but people do it for their vegetables and crops. They do it for the cities in your homes. Something always dies for you to live. Yeah. Yeah, the trees are yeah. In fact, we had the I had to talk to my neighbor. They were trying to cut our tree down, part of it. But there wasn't nothing I could do. Yeah. That happened like last month. Yeah. Well, in the future, we're going to be more integrated into nature. It's coming. You know, things happen over time. But trust me, we're going to be very involved with nature. Yeah. Have that symbiotic relationship. It's where we all want to be. Whether we know it or not. Hello, AMA. Yeah, me and Matt the Visionary, one of the people you see in here, we actually went to one of the most beautiful hikes the other day. And I always feel I love being like in the middle of the forest. Yeah. I'm trying to set up like some retreats, and I'm trying to do it where it's the lowest amount of money possible. Even if free, but likely the expenses will be some money. Where we can go on retreats, like hikes. And as I'm doing now, I will be doing public events all around the world. Yeah. I might need help starting that up. I may just do it locally. Yeah, yeah. We talked about the birds earlier. It's We'll end with this. It's when you completely become awareness, you actually listen to the birds. The far off noise pollution. When you actually just look at something out of pure curiosity, and there's nothing on your mind. But do this for a long time. Oh, no, I hear the birds. That's it. No. Stay listening to the birds. Like I'm a go. Thank you, JM. Because you are the Cole Finch, Billy James. The universe is talking to us every second. We just have to listen. Yeah, when you realize your crush, that is true. Yeah. If someone really wants you, they're gonna come after you. That's beautiful. Stay in that stillness. I'll see you guys a little bit later. Thank you all for being here. I love all you guys. How's it going? Yeah, that's a great thing, Wade. And we can talk about that in the next live that you're in. I'm trying to go live in like another 11 hours, 12 hours. If not, tomorrow morning I'll be live again. Thank you guys. God appreciates you all. For being alive. You're just an extension. We wouldn't be live without him. Thank you all.